First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for braving the weather. I know it's a little gloomy outside, but I see the beauty in the weather. I see beauty in here in the room. All right. So my name is Kwame Reggie, and again, I want to thank you for coming out to our first Wellness Family Workshop. This is in collaboration with the wellness platform that I created called the Wellness Family, in collaboration with Brother Otha and Owls. And before I bring Brother Otha on, I'm just gonna give some brief remarks regarding our Wellness Family platform, which is hosted on WhatsApp. I see some of our members here today. I see Stacy, I see Brother Craig, Neva. And so our mission with the Wellness Family is creating a safe space for wellness and power your health. One of the things we do within our group is we don't judge and we don't criticize our members regarding their health. Instead, we provide them with the necessary tools and resources they need to improve their health one step at a time. All right. In addition, we highly encourage the members to actively engage in their own health management or self-care one step at a time. So how do we do that? Well, you're witnessing it right here by this workshop, where you will learn today about the health benefits of herbal teas and their medicinal uses.
All you got to do is follow Reggie's voice.
Yes. Thank you for breaking the weather, sis. Thank you for coming out. Yeah. So before the new year, one of the things I was considering is how to start off the new year on a positive note while encouraging healthy habits. And so that's when Brother Otha and I started to brainstorm, and that's how this workshop came into being. Now, some of the other activities that we engage in within the Wellness Family is that we have a soup challenge, we have a salad challenge, we do chair yoga exercises, we have Wellness Tuesdays where we do a 10-minute breathing exercise to get your day started. We also do a dance routine in the chair, 15, 20 minutes dance chair routine. And we do a bunch of other wellness activities to keep the membership engaged. Now, before I bring on Brother Otha, I have a couple items before me, right? Because one of the things as a people, we suffer from chronic diseases. We suffer from diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, heart disease, right? High cholesterol. And a lot of it is due to the body being under stress and inflammation. And so I highly encourage you to start to incorporate more foods into your dietary regimen that are anti-inflammatory. And these are some of the items that I have that I take on a daily basis. Like, for example, I'm a big fan of flaxseed oil. This has all your omegas in it. Your omega-3s, your omega-6, and your omega-9s, all right? You can put that in your water, or, if you're brave enough, you can just take a spoonful and just chuck it down and be done with it, all right?
What it tastes like?
Like castor oil or something like that, right? Chia seeds, you want to add chia seeds because that has all the essential amino acids that your body needs. So amino acids is good for repairing your body.
Now,
protein.
what are you adding chia seeds to? Juice?
You can add it to your smoothie, or you can add it to your yogurt. All right. So this is a yogurt that I use because I'm real big on ingredients. You ever go to the grocery store and you pick up an item and it's like 10 different ingredients?
Yes,
this yogurt has just 2 ingredients. It's just 2 coconuts. That's it, right? It's called cocoyo. This is why I bought it, so you can take a picture of it. All right.
And where did you find that at?
I found this at Mom's. You probably can find this at Wegmans too. Mom's grocery store is an all organic supermarket. Oh yeah. It's an all organic supermarket located on Route 70. It's in Cherry Hill.
Okay.
All right. I'm not a vegan, but a lot of my vegan friends, you know, because they don't eat meat, they need protein. So this is a good way to get protein into your body. Hemp hearts. You can put this into your salad. You put this in your salads or your smoothies, whatever. I'm a big fan of cacao powder. All right. When I went to Ghana with Brother Craig back in 2024, we brought back some original cocoa, all right, from the plant, from cacao. You can use this to make a nice, healthy, nutritional snack. It's filled with it's a lot of fiber packed with a lot of calcium, all right. One of the healthy snacks I recently made for my Masonic Lodge was I made my own version of Snickers, right, using this right here, the chocolate bar. This is unsweetened. So all I did was, I should have bought some today, but the I'm talking about it, right? Is the dates. You get the organic dates. You open the dates. If it's pitted, you remove the pit, and you just pour. Whether you're gonna use the almond butter or you're gonna use peanut butter. If you use peanut butter, use organic peanut butter. All right, it's a lot healthier than the regular peanut butter. And you drizzle this in the middle of the dates, and then you melt this chocolate. To melt that, I put some of the I love coconut oil, right? I melt it with that, and I drizzle it over the dates, and then I come back with some more almond butter, spread over it, and then I hit it with the coconut flakes. Right here. This is unsweetened coconut flakes because you're going to get the sweetness from the dates. All right. I consume teas just about every day. Remember, I reference chronic diseases, right? So this matcha green tea powder has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties to it. It's good for heart health. It's good for brain health. And I normally combine it with this tea right here. It's called Rooibos, Rooibos. This is a tea from South Africa. As a people, we suffer from lack of minerals. This is very high iron, manganese, magnesium, and zinc, and a lot of other trace minerals that your body needs on a daily basis. And let me see. Oh, I use organic pomegranate syrup because it has a lower glycemic index than honey. All right? Yeah. So use that. I use Ceylon cinnamon and a lot of different things that I make because it's good for digestion, it's good for gut health, it's good for weight management, low cholesterol, all that stuff, right? And I use if I'm using sugar, I use the raw cane sugar. Right here, I use this if I want to add a little sweetness, or I use the agave syrup. I'm about to say soil because it has soil on here, right? So this has a very low glycemic index.
What does the low glycemic help with?
If you have like diabetes and stuff like that, yeah. And again, for my brothers and sisters who are vegan, not vegan, this is a good way to get some good protein into your body. I use chickpeas, which is actually in the crunchy kale salad that you ate, all right, and black beans, very high in protein. So you get a chance, take a picture of all this stuff. Oh, I'm a real big fan of steel cut oats because, a lot of us in here, we know Chef Pearl, so she says during the wintertime, we should be consuming a lot of stuff that's hot, right? So I love steel cut oats. The only con with steel cut oats is that it's the preparation time. right? It's not like
5-minute oats.
yeah, right, yeah. So this takes at least about 20 minutes, or 25 minutes to prepare. But the nutritional benefit that you get from consuming steel cut oats is incredible. All right.
Oats act as the sandpaper of the colon. So if you're trying to, rid yourself of years of eating meat and that good old swine, that other white meat that our good old folks like to eat. You want to eat a lot of high fibrous meals like oat, brown rice, quinoa, things like that to actually push all that mucus that's been sitting in your colon for years. Because meat sits in your colon for years. Unless you get a colonic, it sits in there for years.
Come over here.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
So so that's what fiber is good for.
All right. And so he mentioned quinoa, right? So you have quinoa in the salad. So in the salad you have quinoa, kale, carrots, purple cabbage, chickpeas, and pumpkin seeds. Everything's all organic. And this is a product I recently started using. It's called Camu berry powder, and it's packed with a lot of vitamin C, very high in vitamin C and potassium. All right, so now, thank you for listening to me. You get a chance, take a picture of these items. I'm going to now bring on our brother Otha here. So, O's Herbal Teas and Juices was founded by Otha Caldwell, a plant medicine practitioner, certified through Cornell University. Congratulations, my brother. Yeah. Rooted in ancestral knowledge and informed by science, the brand offers intentionally crafted teas and juices, which you just got a chance to try, right? Made from whole herbs and natural ingredients. Each blend supports gut health, balance, and overall wellness, honoring the healing power of plants while educating and nourishing the community. I now introduce you to our beloved brother, Otha Caldwell. Oh, before you say something, did you infuse the squash with your tea?
Yeah. So the squash has I use toasty tea, peach tea, and mango tea to actually cook down the butternut squash, the carrots, and the sweet potatoes. Wow. Yeah. Thank you. So I hope you enjoyed the meal.
Yes, we did.
There was salmon croquettes there. There's some homemade Dijon mustard with some maple syrup there. I hope they got a chance to try that as well. Yeah, it's in the jar there. And then there's like a tomato base, that you can either add with the croquettes or you can add, with the rooted vegetables. A lot of the food I make it with, first of all, make it with love. I make it with respect, cleanliness, and I also make it, as healthy as I possibly can, so that way we're giving medicine to our body. All right. Before I start, those who pay me, you're good to go. If you didn't pay me, the pay options is Cash App in the back or Zelle. All right. Your ticket for payment in the back right here. I have some. I'm an old school guy, and I'm also a joker. So I have the little nickel backs. See? That you can pass the box around, and that is your ticket of purchase. There are some that are not labeled, but the ones that are not labeled is basically a flu tea called "Get the Flu Out of Here."
Oh,
right?
You made that?
Yeah, I made that. So it's a nice blend. As you all know, we dealing with a ton of colds going around. Long colds going around. Like people not even being sick for 3 or 4 days. They having inflammation for like a couple of days, couple of weeks. So those teas I designed there are definitely beneficial. So definitely pass it around. Reds like to dig their hand in there, grab your nickel bag of tea. Yes.
Are the tea for kids too?
It depends what age. It depends. Yeah, it depends what age. What age you're talking about.
Like 3 on up.
Mason? Yeah, Mason can drink that. Mason can drink that.
Like 3 on up.
Yeah, 3 on up, they can drink that. They fine with drinking that. Just make sure you don't. If they're 3, they can have honey. Be mindful of the honey intake and things like that. Because sometimes honey can mess a baby's stomach up, a toddler's stomach up. So just be mindful. All right. All right. So this workshop today, I'm going to be touching up on a few herbs. You know,
How many, ho?
they take one.
One.
Yeah,
I
take
just wanna
one.
know which one. Fruit Lady. What's Fruit Lady?
Fruit Lady is inspired by my good friend, Fruit Lady right here, Trent Yolanda. You know what I mean? You know, it was a brainstorm session of why you're not selling fruit in the wintertime. So me and her just be brainstorming on the phone. I was like, let me surprise my sister and make something for her, you know, to drink. You know.
You want a Fruit Lady?
Yeah.
And what's Red Root?
Red Root is a good, that's really designed for women. You know, it's a good pick-me-up. It's a mental focus tea. You know, they like an energy, mental focus, and things like that. That's what that tea is good for.
Menopause.
Yeah, that's what that tea is good for. So like I said, this workshop is more designed to honor our ancestors. I really designed this workshop to talk about, you know, a little bit about Dr. Sebi, about Dr. Leola Africa, about Harriet Tubman, which most people don't know. Harriet Tubman was an herbalist. You know, a lot of people think Harriet Tubman was just, you know, gun-toting, you know, freeing the slaves, but Harriet Tubman was a herbalist. You know, you had to be a herbalist in order to travel 40,000 miles, you know, and over 13 trips and free over 70 plus people. You had to be a herbalist and know the herbs that's in that environment when you go into that treacherous terrain. So some of the herbs I'm going to be covering today are going to be herbs about what herbs Harriet Tubman used, what herbs our ancestors used, what herbs the indigenous people used, you know, along with our ancestors as well. So the first one is witch hazel. Like I said, I'm not going to no in-depth information about it. I'm also talking about how the application was used during these slave times, these enslavement times. So, you know, a lot of people don't know that Harriet Tubman learned about herbalism through her grandmother Modesty, who was a enslaved, captured Ghanaian woman. That her grandmother brought a lot of the herbs back with her when they was on the ship back to America, and she taught the people how to use the herbs. So Harriet Tubman gained a lot of her knowledge from her grandmother Modesty. Right? So witch hazel. I know everybody heard of witch hazel here, right?
Yes, sir.
Everybody got witch hazel in their house, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Everybody know what witch hazel is good for?
I know it's good for the skin.
It's good for the skin.
Different skin conditions.
Yeah, it's good, definitely good for the skin. Witch hazel has something they call tannins, and tannins is good for tightening up the skin. So these are herbs that Harriet Tubman, you know, carried with her as well. You know, you're talking about treacherous terrain. You know, going from Buffalo, New York, all the way to Maryland by foot. You know, there was no car, there was no horse transportation. You know, you're talking about all type of different injuries, bruises that's going to occur, fatigue, and things like that's going to occur. And you know, witch hazel is an antiseptic, and it's a good tannins. No patches like this yet. So you know, these are one of the herbs that our great ancestor Harriet Tubman used. You know, this is a herb that you can also drink. I actually have some upstairs in the bag if you want to smell it and see it. I'm gonna probably do a small demonstration later on how to make a tincture with witch hazel and some honey and vodka as well. You know, tincture is something that you can just drink. It's a good cough syrup. And yes, you can drink witch hazel. You know, you can also use witch hazel tea, you know, to keep your face nice and tight. If you want to look young, it's a good natural Botox. You don't gotta go get this nonsense injected into your face. You know, you make the witch hazel. Once it cools off, you can put your face in there. You could take it hot, put a rag on your face, put on your face. It takes down razor bumps, it takes down black bumps, all on the back here. Any blackheads, it extracts all that stuff out. You know, if you're using it application-wise on your skin. So that's what witch hazel is good for. Try not to, when you do have witch hazel in the house, try to get witch hazel that is more of organic and has less alcohol in it. I don't know if anybody tried, I see nobody tried the ginger milk back there, but please try it. It's extremely good. And it's
We couldn't figure out what it was.
yeah, so this one right here that I'm drinking is ginger milk. The one with the, I think the green top is ginger milk, and the darker one is ginger cocoa.
Okay.
You know, this is a healthier version of, you know, hot chocolate, which causes a lot of mucus and then cause your glycemic level to go up, and then you crash and you wonder why you're tired. So that's extremely good for the gut and good for energy. Yes.
Can we have ingredients?
Right, I know you, this is not, but I just wanna.
So the ingredients for the ginger milk is filtered water, or you can use spring water. I cut up about 1/2 of a root. I peeled it, cut up 1/2 of a root. I boiled the water. Once I boil the water, I put the roots inside, the sliced roots inside. I turn the water down on low. I let the ginger sit for about maybe anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. Once you start seeing the water turn brown, you know, that's when you can go ahead and add any of your milks that you like to add. You know, you can add your almond milk, you can add your pistachio milk, your rice milk, whichever one you want to add to it, you can add it. You can add cinnamon to it. That one has cinnamon, vanilla, and organic cane sugar inside.
And what kind of milk did you use?
I used almond milk for that, and that's pure organic almond milk. That's just straight almond, nothing else, none of that carcinogenic stuff and all other. That's straight almond milk. The other one is similar. It just has chocolate in it, organic chocolate, no milk, no dairy, vegan, free. It's probably room temperature now, but it's extremely good. Like I said, you can have it while it's hot. It's a great alternative for hot cocoa.
Now you gotta rush.
Starbucks break.
Thank you for the.
You're welcome. Any questions on witch hazel? Brother Ralph, what's good?
I'm good. You
Good. Back in the build on a Saturday.
I know, right? It might be had to run the Philippines like that.
Okay. Beautiful.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Ginger, yeah, I'm gonna get this. Gonna take me up and take you down.
Huh?
Take me up and take you down. This is good.
It's better even hot. I know it's room temperature, but when it's hot and it's sipping on this.
But it's not totally room. It got some water.
Okay, good.
It's almost.
Good.
Yeah, but you get Angie. We from back there. Yes, we are. Nobody else can't get that.
Yeah, he already going there.
Stephanie? No.
What's good, bro? How you doing? Good to see you. What's up, man?
You would have known.
Yeah, it was so different. Yeah.
All right, so the next herb while people are up and getting some stuff is passion fruit. Passion fruit, passion flower was another herb that Harriet Tubman also used. And you know, for the information on there, why do you think she used that herb? Huh? Mm-hmm.
It was nervous system relaxing.
Nervous system. But think about it. You're traveling with enslaved people. Some of these enslaved people have children that's crying.
Yeah.
You know? It's a sedative. You know, it's a mild sedative. You know, so same as chamomile. So Harriet Tubman knew how to use these herbs to keep a baby quiet when you got dogs barking, you have a scared mother crying, you know, and you got a baby trying to keep a baby quiet, trying to give your location away. You had to sedate that baby. You had to find a way to calm that baby down and make that baby feel more relaxed. And these are things that we don't think about, you know, because we think that Harriet Tubman was just, walking through. She had the gun and watch out. No, there was a lot of work that went into this black woman's, intelligence, courage, to do what she had to do.
Her thought process.
Her thought process. She had to know a lot. You had to remember a lot. She's traveling at nighttime. You have to be able to identify leaves and plants and things like that at nighttime by touch, by texture, by feel. This was no easy feat. They paint this little easy picture like, it's just okay, yeah, Harriet Tubman. Nah, this was a powerful goddess woman that that knew what she needed to know in order to free us. This wasn't just nothing, you know, mistaken. Hey, we can eat this. No, she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. So passion flower, passion flower was definitely used as a sedative to definitely calm babies, to calm the nerves out of people that were definitely scared. It was also mixed with like sometimes chamomile. In times, from what I read, if she had the opportunity when they had opium seeds here, she will also use mild doses of opium as well to be able to calm people down during these treks. Any questions on passion flower?
How'd she get the opium? That's what I got.
Well, the opium came in through trade, through Asian trade. So there was a lot of trade coming in, you know, same as from Indian trade, but also a lot of those herbs came in through Asia. So when you're talking about Harriet Tubman, during her time in the early 19th century, the tea trade was already happening already. You know, from the 17th century already coming in. England already bought different teas and things like that. Opium was already big already. So white folks already had opium in here. So if they had got a chance to it, she was using it. You know, it wasn't like she was growing it. She used it, you know, as a medicinal effect. You know, because it was stronger than passion flower.
So she probably had poppies.
Yeah, poppies.
Poppy flowers. Right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I got it.
Got it? So the next one is raspberry. Raspberry is one of my favorite herbs, one of my favorite fruits as well. We actually grow it out here in our backyard, in our garden. In our second garden, we grow a ton of raspberries. It's extremely good. It's good for the blood, heavy in antioxidants. But raspberry is also good for overall women health. Need one more?
Yeah, I mean,
Huh?
oh, you bring it down.
It's also good for women health, and you know, this was another plant herb that Harriet Tubman had to carry with her because, like I said, once again, you don't know what to expect on these trails. Talking about women cycle coming down, you know, so she had to have these herbs in order to be able to, you know, not stop it, but be able to treat it and things like that. You know, so raspberry was a very, very powerful herb that she kept in abundance in what I call her Batman belt. You know, because I mean, you know, who's walking around with all these different herbs, and who's also knowing, you know, what time, you know, if you're gonna make this trek, what time you should be going so these herbs are available. You know what I mean? Like there was no real way of storing these herbs. You know, there was no, you know, pouches like this. She could just store the herbs, keep them from getting mold or, you know, damage and things like that. So all this stuff was calculated. It was planned. You know, she had to go through this stuff. You know, make sure that hey, by the time I get to Maryland during this time, you know, these herbs are going to be available for me. Any questions on raspberries? Raspberry also too, like I said, it's a very, very good tea to drink during your cycle. If a woman is going through you know, PCOS, this is another good tea to have, you know, as well. You know, so, and it's good if you want to add a little bit. I know a lot of people don't like garlic, but adding garlic to it definitely helps as well. This is one of my favorite. Yep. So, ginkgo biloba is actually a foreign tree. It was brought in years ago by Asian settlers, and it actually is huge in Asia. A lot of people don't know it, but out here, all throughout North America, it grows all along the streets. You know, if you ever look up sometimes out here in Trenton, you see a ton of ginkgo trees growing. Yeah, you see the leaves. The leaves look like kind of like an abstract heart, but you'll probably see it sometimes in the summertime. Towards the end of the summertime, its fruit starts to fall and it turns yellow. Has a real pungent smell. Smells really, really bad after a while. Yeah, that's ginkgo. The leaves are extremely good. It's good for to dealing with memory, you know, so or mental health. So I'm always sending my mother a ton of ginkgo herb teas and supplements because she had called me two, 3 times a day. So I talked to you today? I'm like, yeah, you talked to me today. All right, I was thinking about it. You gonna live a long time. Okay, thank you, Mom. So I make sure I'm definitely sending that to her on the abundance. Like I said, it's a good herb to have. Some of these herbs, you know, if like I said, if you know you're dealing with mental health issues, you about to take a test, or you know you just need to focus at work.
Yep.
You know, this is one of the herbs definitely, you know, to having your in your cabinet, in your arsenal. It's a good herb to have. I wouldn't recommend taking too many supplements because you don't know, if the supplements are really working. But I do recommend getting the leaf, the herbs. I'll give some websites towards the end of the class too. You can purchase some herbs, but definitely having this in your arsenal and definitely taking it one time a week. That's to deal with mental focus. Yes, brother.
So you mentioned that, excuse me, as an aid for memory.
Mm-hmm.
So number one, in comparison to Adderall,
Mm-hmm.
is that like a synthetic ginkgo, if you will? Or-
Adderall is definitely has natural remedies in it. Most of these prescription drugs all have plant-based medicine in it, but then it gets altered, and it becomes synthetic. So
Right.
it may have a direct quick reaction effect, but it's also gonna do something else. It's gonna either mess your kidneys up, it's gonna destroy your liver, it's gonna give you heart failure, something like that. So me personally, I don't recommend certain prescription drugs. If you have to because it's dire need, definitely. But me personally, I recommend
I'm saying as opposed to instead of people using Adderall, could you supplement?
Yeah, definitely. You could definitely supplement with
Also,
that.
is it safe for children? Like we have lots of children with ADHD and ADD.
It's safe for children as long as the child is over the age of 3 years old and the child is taking medication. If the child's taking any medication for that ADHD, then I would definitely tell you to see your physician and ask your physician is it right for you to give them ginkgo supplements or ginkgo tea. And you can also give them the extract as well. Sometimes another thing we got to do is, as parents, that's why this class is important. We have to do our due diligence as well as parents because medicine help starts at home. So with our children, our children like to eat all this little sweet stuff. All this stuff can be made. You can add, you can boil ginkgo down real low and get the extract. Add your honey to that. Freeze that. Make your kid get your kid a lollipop. And your kid won't even know he's even eating ginkgo. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's more so the knowledge that we have, how we using it, how we applying it.
So in like a liquid form, or add it to a liquid.
Add it to liquid
like
form,
to give
or-
it to
or-
a child in the morning before school.
Yep.
To help them with their mental focus when they arrive in class.
One of the things I realized when I was an educator for Harlem Children's Zone about 15 years ago, I took a course that talked about children, having a hard time focus. And one of the things that we did in the morning with the children, every day before a kid took the class, we took the kids on 90-minute drills of working out, running, and working out. By the time that kid got in that class, that kid was focused. 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 So I mean, and that was a course that was provided by it was New Balance, and there was another New Balance sponsor, and it was another college that wanted to see why kids can't focus, and part of it, kids got too much energy in the morning, way too much energy in the morning, and that energy needs to not be burned out. It needs to be tittered down a little bit. So that's why gym and things like that should happen in the morning. In the morning, not in the afternoon. Not all that stuff happens in the morning.
Recess.
Yeah,
Right.
that calms that little curious mind down completely. You know what I mean? That's really all it is. It's not if the kid has ADHD or nothing. That's what they quick to diagnose. Oh, he has ADHD. But you can also give your child. You can also give your child these same juices I make. These teas, they can be made. You can go and get organic grape juice. You could, I don't know, one kid that don't like grape juice. You can take that same grape juice with a 25% part of ginkgo biloba extract that you made, mix it to that. He won't even know. This is the best grape juice ever, Dad. You just keep giving to him. You giving them medicine. Right is what he needs. Not this old stuff that got all these different dyes and additives. So you're giving them something natural. You know where it's coming from. And you're going to see results.
Well, what I'm hearing is the prevalence of melatonin and get rid of it to manage these children's energy levels, and as it relates to school and as it relates to home. And so people are turning to, those two things to try to establish that equilibrium, if you will.
Well, they have parents caught up with wanting to provide for their families first. So they have it backwards. They have the structure from family being first to career being first. So in your mind, your child priority health, that's at the bottom. Your thing is, I gotta pay this damn rent. I gotta keep this on. So that's where your mind is at. But you know what I mean? But when you sell your mind and saying, listen, what's priority? All the stuff could be replaced. I can't replace my child gets sick. So I need to focus on the overall health of my household, which is important. What's in my kitchen cabinet? What's in the pantry? What's in the fridge? Those are the things that's going to keep you and your family healthy. And that needs to be focused, not the quick fix. Let me make a quick meal, put it in the oven, call it a day, son, he's good. No, take the time out. Take the time out, parents. I know we're all busy. Take the time out and prep the proper meals that you need for your child and for yourself. We can't blame nobody else. This has to come to us. This has to come to us. When I was on EBT and I would go get food, people like, oh man, you eat good. Motherfucker, you got the same goddamn card I got. Excuse my language, you know what I mean? But you got the same card I got. It's choice. It's choice. It's what you decide to do with what you being given. You know what I mean? I make the choice to go buy healthy food. I feel better. I don't want none of this stuff that doesn't break down in your body, that when you go to the bathroom, you got to use half of a ton of toilet tissue to wipe your behind because it's so waste. Your body shouldn't produce that much waste. Your stool should be more fibrous than waste. If you got to wipe and do this 1,000 times, you eating bad.
Yeah.
You eating bad.
Can I make a quick
Yes.
point? You mentioned melatonin.
Thank you.
And you can actually Google this right here, but just from Teaching Healthy Homes, I found out that the lights that we have, the LED lights, the strongest LED lights that you buy, and we usually want the brighter ones, they cause melatonin depletion.
Yeah.
And so while we saving money and not stinging our hands when we take the light bulb out, we're also affecting our melatonin and our children's melatonin.
Can I piggyback on
Yeah,
that?
sure.
I read that
Open
recently,
conversation.
the same thing. And what I'm finding is that when they are mass producing something and giving it away to you, it's no good for you.
Right.
Because let me tell you, PSC&G are giving them light bulbs away like crazy. They tried to change every light bulb in my house. I said, I don't need all of them changed. But they really do. They come in, they do an
Particularly the ones in the
analysis.
children's room.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they do. They give them away free. They're giving them away like candy.
Yeah.
They really are.
Natural light is the best light. Getting outside, being outside is important. Getting a ton of light. That's why you think when the baby is born with jaundice, what does the nurse tell the mother go do? Go take the baby outside. Let that sun.
Yeah.
Mother Nature is the doctor.
The healer.
Is the healer.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? And that's where they uprooted us from. They uprooted us from being connected to the earth. So we have to do our due diligence in getting back to the roots of the earth and eating healthy. I'm not saying you can't have your mac and cheese. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not trying to stop people from having what they call a soul food, but it can't be on a consistent weekly basis. It just can't. It can't. It's not good for us. We see the results for it. They're quick to tell you that all these things are hereditary. It's not hereditary.
Right.
The habits are hereditary.
That's right.
The habits.
Come on, that's right.
The habits. I know families who for decades are still making grape Kool-Aid, and they're like, yo, just making that? Yeah, we ain't gonna stop making that. It's like, what the hell? What? We ain't gonna stop making it. Like, come on. So I mean, it's important. We can have healthy, good things in that house that tastes good, that feels good, you know what I mean? That's gonna make us look good, make our skin look vibrant, make our hair grow and things like that. We don't have to be buying all this stuff out here, for a quick fix or, cause it's cheap and it's 2 for $3 and, I got all these kids and things like that. It's not. It's easier to make this stuff at home. Yes, brother.
Yeah, so the point you just touched on, that not just the expediency of these meals, but the price points.
Mm-hmm.
I know, trying to eat healthy, years ago, it wasn't cost effective,
Mm-hmm.
right? It can be fairly expensive. What do you say to people who say, you know, I know just earlier, Brother Reg talked about going to Whole Foods to get some of these ingredients, and anybody that's ever been in Whole Foods knows everything's at a premium in there because they're trading on the health conscious.
Yeah.
You know
Well, there's alternatives to shopping. One of the alternatives to shopping is collective shopping. So if you know you and your brother like to eat the same thing, and you can buy it in bulk, you buy it in bulk and you split it. Yeah. I don't, you know, like we don't think like that. We don't, you know, they got us thinking like, well, that's too far, I ain't gonna get this. No, you can still get it. Brother Reg, me and Brother Reg, you like herbs. Yeah, I like this one peppermint. Let's get a pound. It's let's get a pound. It's $21. You take half a pound. I take half a pound.
Yes.
It's a win-win.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing. Yes, son.
And what I noticed on your behalf, Whole Foods may be high, but what you do is you collect things when they're on sale. So you don't buy it all at one time. You may go in there 1 week, they may have one thing on sale. You get that, put it in your cabinet, go back the next week to something else on sale. Versus trying to get it all at one time. Just buy it when it's on sale.
That's what I did with my herbs.
Yeah.
Built up.
And you still shop at Whole Foods and whatnot.
Yes.
And I just want to add, first of all, this is fabulous, and I'm just so informed, and this is a great idea too, because this makes you focus. So that's very good.
For sure.
But I wanted to add, in terms of the expense of things, a perspective that can be utilized is, because, you know, for years and years and years, you know, I've been exposed to this type of information and philosophy, and people would say, oh, everything costs so much, eating healthy is expensive, and I often share the perspective that either you pay for your health now or you pay the pharmaceutical company. And those are the options, really. You know, proactively care for, budget for your health and well-being, or you're going to end up paying the money some kind of way to the industry that you're trying to stay out of, which is the pharmaceutical company.
I agree. And just to add more on to that, so, you know, I'll share something. So when my brothers and I were living together, we were trying to buy a brownstone around the year 2000. We were all living together
in New York.
And so know that big apartment we had in Harlem. We had a huge 2 apartment. So all the brothers moved in. We chipping in. We ate the damn same meal damn near every day, 3 times a day. And that was brown rice, jack mackerel, with beans, and we may switch it up every now and then. And it was oranges and nuts for snacks. Every day we ate that same meal every day, religious like clockwork. It was good every single day. Had some scallions, some onions, and things like that. You know, I mean,
it's good to have that discipline. You know, as male adults with. So, over 25 years ago, we went to Dr. Africa lecture. Went home and threw out everything white, raided the cabinets, tossed all that stuff out, and then went looking for alternatives. And we found that to feed a family was very costly because this is before the health food craze. You know, but Dr. Africa was you know, disseminating that information and us trying to embrace it proved to be a very costly venture, is all I'm saying. So it's a lot better now, you know, and it's amusing to me, you know, to see, you know, people embracing it, you know, some 30 years later, like, wow, that's cool, you know, but so as the mass adoption of healthier lifestyles is driving some of the costs down, but I know years ago, it just wasn't feasible, you know, for even a family of 4 to try to eat, you know, in this fashion.
Yeah. I mean, I think years ago you could have, because I was doing it years ago, still like that. Like I said, it's how you do it. Rice is a huge. I can make a big pot of rice, and I can make that rice different meals throughout the week. I can make that rice with mackerel with some sauce. I can make that fried rice. I could take a vegetable broth, throw the vegetable broth in there, add some mushrooms. That rice could get mixed up 1,000 different ways. Now maybe that comes from my mother who had 9 kids who taught me how to properly shop and spread things out. But those are things that we don't do as people. We it's like I don't want that today. Well, motherfucker, you ain't eat today. Bottom line, you're not eating today. Because at the end of the day, if you can't eat that, which is nourishing for you because it's about a choice or idea, then I'm sorry. America has given us too many choices, and the right choice, we're not eating the right choice. We're not taking the right choice.
The one thing I want to add too, is that a lot of the items you see on the table here, I'm not purchasing them like once a week, every 2 weeks. It may be maybe 3-4 months before I, re-up on particular items.
You purchase it for yourself.
For myself, yeah.
You try to feed a bunch of kids. They have their own, preferences, and so you say.
Let me say this. So let me say this real quick, right? So years ago, when I was a toddler, my father, may he rest in power, used to make us beans and rice every day, to where the brothers and I was in the room, they on the drums like beans and rice, beans and rice. All we ever do is this, beans and rice. They came in there and was like, oh yeah, really? Guess what? Beans and rice again tonight. And it was like, and at the end of the day, I'm 48 years old. I'm healthy. I mean, it served its purpose. It served its purpose. Making sure that my stomach wasn't growling that night. Now, yeah, was it repetitive? Yeah, it was repetitive. But guess what? I'm still alive. I'm healthy. I'm still standing. So Pop Deuce did his job. He did his job. And then as Mom talked to him at nighttime, behind closed doors, he came the next day, added some tomato sauce to it. Came back next time, Mother said add some ground turkey to it. So now it was beans and rice with tomato sauce and ground turkey. It was like, okay. It's a step up. We can take that. He used to add a little cheddar cheese to it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it was, I didn't, I appreciate what he did in terms of like, listen, man, it's a lot of y'all. But guess what? I'm making this big kind of rice.
To make that switch abruptly from McDonald's to turkey burgers.
Yeah.
Your kids is looking at you like,
It's kind of cruel.
Yeah.
want me to do what?
You gotta baby step.
Yeah.
But these kids got too many choices.
They don't.
I have a funny thing for you. My son's school is having bring appetizers.
Yes.
Bring appetizers. When parents bring appetizers. My son told the man, I don't know what my mom's gonna bring because she make all the meals. My man, he said, hi, Sister Mariah, how are you? I was gonna get to you, but he said appetizers. I don't know what my mom's gonna bring because she makes home meals. Like, so he was like, I don't know. What's an appetizer?
Right.
Yeah.
You feel, he was like, I don't understand. So I told the guy, I said, I'll bring some broccoli.
These kids got my
It's just Sonya and I are cousins. We share the same great grandmother. Our great grandmother was born in 1898.
Wow.
Right? She lived till she was 99 years old.
Wow.
Me and Sonya talk about this all the time. You can go to my grandma's house and this one little pot would feed whoever came over, and it was no meat.
No meat.
I lived with my great grandmother from birth until about when I turned 11 years old. I remember having fish on Friday. Once in a while we'll have a meatloaf she'll make, but most of the time we have vegetables. And I incorporate that now. I have a homeschool. I homeschool children from birth to 5 years old. My kids are basically vegan.
They don't know it, but they are.
Yeah, they are. But now the problem that I'm having is I have some autistic kids. So if you know anything about autism, it develops a texture for kids and a flavor for kids. So some of my kids with autism, they eat a lot of processed food. So then that becomes an issue because I can't really feed them like I want to feed them because they won't eat. And so it's either let them go hungry or just give them this junk. So once in a while I provide them junk, and then sometimes I can trick them if I mash up the beans and be like, oh, this is sauce. But I gotta, it's like a disguise thing. But if we go back to what we were taught and just keep incorporating that, then there is a way to do it the right way.
I agree.
So you're saying it's like it's a cultural change?
Yeah, because first, like he said, you got McDonald's, you got Burger King.
Because I noticed that a lot of times we as adults, once we start getting older, we start putting on more weight. We'll start looking at different alternatives for foods and stuff. Because we want, we're trying to live a little longer. And a lot of times we'll leave our kids out of that because, and the kids will be eating whatever while we'll start to eat healthy.
Let me tell you, I'm Muslim, as you can see,
And
right?
the cultural change is through them. because it's what they pass on that becomes culture.
Right.
You know.
So I'm Muslim, right? Never had pork in my house. My daughter's 21. She eats pork. Where did you get pork from? Like, but she says when I went to my friend's house, but I never told my kids, I never put any, you can't do this, you can't do this. Just in this house, we're not going to do this, right? Because I feel like you have to let them a little bit come into their own and decide on their own who they're going to be and what they're going to be, right? So she eats pork, while all my other kids be like, where did you even get that from? my mommy and daddy didn't have that, but she got it from the outside. So yeah, it's cultural, but it's also an outside influence.
So now I had a question.
Shoot.
So what's a good alternative to like cereal? 'Cause you know Mason is like.
They have healthy cereal out. They have healthy cereal out.
You can make cornflakes.
Yeah, healthy cereal. There's a ton of healthy alternatives out here.
She did. Okay, excuse me. My cousin's different.
Yeah.
She make fruit roll-ups and out her garden. You can make. I get it.
Yeah.
I ain't making no cereal.
They got really good healthy alternatives. I think one of the brands is called Kashi, I think.
They started making their own bread and stuff. She made pizza and
make it
garlic knots this week.
Yeah, you can do it. But you know what's the only thing is, Brother Oda, I want to piggyback on the fact that you guys said Kashi. I have this thing. I know when it says organic. I know when they have pills out and people have, you know, their vegetarian capsules. Wait a minute. But I just don't trust. I told my cardiologist, he really messed me up when he said that comes out of a box.
Right.
So it has some processing.
Right.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is to make your own when it comes to the processed stuff. Because there's some things that are still fresh in the stores. But the processed stuff, I don't trust none of it.
Yeah.
I don't even care if the box say organic or this many ingredients. Sometimes I just don't trust it. There are times we have no alternatives, and I will eat it. But a lot of these things, I don't trust it. I tell my cousin, I don't trust that. I just don't. So we cook a lot in our homes. We cook everything, you know. So, and I think that's important. But with kids, it is challenging, especially with that cereal. I used to be the Frosted Flakes queen. I'm no trend guys. Eat Frosted Flakes egg day when I was growing up. But there are ways you can come up with creative ways because, you know, sometimes you have to introduce other things to the kids, you know, because I see people on Instagram all the time with their children that are vegan children, and those children eat every type of fruit you can think of, and the mothers are baking and making things, and the children won't even eat anything else. My nephew's like that. He doesn't eat meat. And my sister, she tried to introduce him, and he just will not.
She eat chicken. That's the only.
Oh, okay, that's the only one she likes. Okay.
Yeah, she will not. She will not eat ground turkey or no. No, she not eating ground turkey. Like the spaghetti, she just the noodles and the sauce.
That's it.
Yeah,
and that's not a bad thing.
She would separate. She would pick that meat out and put it to the side. So
you just gotta figure out the cereal part.
Yeah. That's like that's her thing.
You want to get it. How old is she?
Oh no, now she's 7 too, but now I don't even know my sister went at. But her son, he's 7. Oh.
Mason.
Yeah, Mason. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Mason is like he real picky too. Yeah.
But with kids, I was gonna say with kids is if you cook with kids and you introduce kids when they see that they're making it, you know they'll want to eat it. Yeah. Especially when they're making it. You know, anybody?
You know Mason. Mason will come in there. He asks to help. He will help do something, and he leave. And when he come back and look at it, he be like, I don't want to try that.
But when I was upstairs one day cooking, he came upstairs. He looked. He tried every single thing and gave me his. He's like, I don't like that. That's good. I don't like that. So it's like I said, it's really exposing them to these different things, letting them try them, taking them to the farmer's market. You know, buying those fruits, buying one piece of fruit, cutting it up, saying, hey, we just want to try it. You know, I'm not forcing you to like it. I just want you to be exposed to it, and that way, you know, he's exposed to it. You know, I didn't like lima beans as a kid. Now I love lima beans. I used to hate lima beans. It was like. It was something about the texture. It was pasty. It was dry, and I was like, God, it was damn. Like, if I could get rid of this somehow, some way, I would. My mom was like, no, better eat them lima beans. But now, ate them. I love them. You know what I mean? But back then, it was a texture thing. So kids, sometimes you gotta be patient with them, and they end up growing out of those kind of things. You know. I just passed out garlic.
Oh, I love garlic.
Oh man. garlic, I can't. This is like I use garlic in everything. I love garlic. I mean, I put garlic in my cheese. I put garlic in my syrups.
Wow.
Yeah.
like it like that.
If anytime, sometimes if you see yourself getting a cold sore or a little bump, you know, you can slice the garlic. Use a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil, because the key ingredient in garlic is allicin. It's extremely, extremely strong, and it'll burn the living crap. It'll burn your skin. So anytime you use garlic on your skin, always put like a carrier oil on your skin as a barrier before you put it. But if you squeeze it, you'll see the allicin come out. If you have any little small bumps coming up on your lips and things like that, you could put it on there and guarantee the next day you wake up, it's gone.
That's good.
It's gone. Gone. If you have a split lips, you can take that same garlic, mix it with coconut oil, you know, or olive oil. You can put that on your lips. It helps with chapped lips and split hands. I dry up extremely quick, and that's what I use on my hands to keep my hands from cracking and splitting. Garlic is it's like, to me, it's the god. Or it's good for your respiratory system. It's good for it's good for your colon. It's good for your female parts. It's good for the male parts. You know, I know brothers somebody they got ED. Eat some goddamn garlic. Watch what happens. Trust me. Eat garlic. Somebody had their hand up?
No.
Yes.
What do you do to take the garlic smell away?
You don't want to take the garlic smell away.
I love garlic, and one day my cousin told me that I smell like garlic. And I don't want to smell like garlic.
Know what you tell them? You smell like God. Because that's what God smells like.
Okay.
Garlic is healthy. If you smell like garlic, that's a healthy sign. That's a healthy sign. I mean, just because somebody don't like the way it don't smell, too goddamn bad. You know what that smells like? You know what illness smells like? You know what sickness smells like? That smells a lot worse. If you ever had a cut and it pussed up and you like, that smells 1,000 times worse. I'd rather smell like garlic than smell like cigarettes or anything else. We have more garlic sheets.
So I can eat garlic every day?
Who else
I eat garlic every day. I literally mice garlic up 4 or 5 cloves, chop it up, put it in a glass jar like this with some honey, let it sit, shake it up every day, and I'll pour that and I'll drink that every single day.
Eat it straight.
Eat it straight. You can eat it straight. But when you're eating it straight, like I said, be careful because it can give you heart because it's so strong. That's the allicin in it. So anytime you do drink it with like some apple juice or some mango juice, something that has some enzymes in it to just so that when you swallow it, you're not burning yourself, you know, when it's going down. But that stuff is garlic is extremely good for dealing with any type of cold you got, congestion, phlegm you got. It will eat it up, spit it out, make you digest it out. It's that herb. It's that herb you should have in your house like you have an aloe plant.
I want to say that if you want to consume something like garlic every day and you're on any type of blood thinner, Coumadin, warfarin, anything like that, you really have to be careful because garlic is going to do the same thing. It's going to thin your blood as well. That's why it's good for cardiovascular health because it thins the arteries, thins the blood flowing through the arteries. So just as a disclaimer, I want to share that.
Thank you for that. Thank you. She's absolutely correct.
Yeah, well, I used to take mine with honey. I used to just put the garlic in the honey and let it sit for about maybe a week or something like that, and just get up in the morning and take a scoop of that.
That's an excellent.
I just did that, but the garlic I was taking it because of my high blood pressure. So, and I still have high blood pressure. It went down just a little bit, but that's the main reason for me taking it. But sometimes I would take it just to do the garlic, or I would do it with some cheese or some tomatoes. But now since my kidney problems, I can't have tomatoes anymore or the processed cheese. So I just take the garlic like that, or if I'm cooking something, I'll put it in there and eat it that way.
Burdock root, and I think I told you, burdock root and dandelion and plantain are good for kidney issues and things like that.
When I think the burdock, I think that's it. When I looked that up, I don't think I can take that because the potassium and the phosphorus, if I'm pronouncing it right. I can't have a lot of that.
Interesting.
What'd you say, burdock root?
Because your kidney does not.
Plantain and dandelion.
I guess filter it out like it's supposed to.
And hibiscus for the high blood pressure.
Yeah, I can do the dandelion.
Yeah, there's a black physician older brother. I got his information. I'll share it with you, but
Okay.
he's good. I'll give you information. You might want to contact him and talk with him.
Okay.
You know, it's always good to get different opinions because, like I said, these doctors here, you know, I don't, same way she don't trust these things that say organic, I don't trust these doctors. These doctors get paid to keep you sick.
Because my kidney doctor that I got, I like her and I don't like her.
But truth be told, listen, I'll say this here. Let me say this here. This is a community forum.
So what?
This is a community forum, you know, so whatever we say here, it stays here. But we have to be able to share with each other, you know, to help one another. You know, we can't feel more comfortable, you know, this is knocking nobody. You can't feel more comfortable telling this man all our personal stuff. We can't tell each other what's going on. You know what I mean? We gotta be able to say, hey, what's going on, what's happening, I got this, you know, Brother Ray's called brother, I got a brother who's sick, his eye falling out. No, I'm joking. Ain't no earth for that, brother. You gotta tell me go back. Yeah.
I want to say something and tell you, Mommy, my daughter say something. Mom, but yes, but my doctor, I'll never forget. I went to my my general practitioner, my primary doctor, and my cardiologist kept telling me, "Oh, you have to take a statin because your cholesterol is high. Your cholesterol is high." Right? I said, "Wait a minute. Now I'm not gonna take all this medicine. You know, I'm not gonna let you make me a guinea pig because it's gonna start affecting everything else." Right. So he prescribed the statin, and I went and got it because you know you go get it. I don't go get it to take it all the time, but I just go get it. So then when I went to my primary doctor, she had me do blood work, and she says, "Oh my God, your cholesterol is high." You know they changed all the numbers too, right?
Yeah.
From what it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
All the numbers are substantially lower than what they used to be. But anyway, so she told me, start taking it tonight. Start taking it tonight, the cholesterol medicine. I told my cousin, I said, we talk every day, that's why I refer all the time. I said, I am not taking that cholesterol medicine. I don't care what they say. I went back to my old teenager. I don't care. Listen to me. She told me, I said to her, I said, well, I changed my diet. I incorporated different things and I changed my diet. She said, it's not your diet.
She's lying.
I said, no, it's not. Oh, baby, it's not. It's your liver.
Yeah. But it's from what you eat, from what you consume.
Not all. See, sometimes we can overload our liver with medication.
Right.
And medication will destroy the liver and the kidneys.
But you consume medication, so it goes back to what you consume. What
you consume, but it's not. When she
functions.
told me it wasn't the food, I knew then. I started doing burdock.
Yeah.
For my liver, and because it's what they call a fatty liver, because what's happening is the liver, it filters everything that comes into your body, what you consume.
Right.
But when it filters it properly, you're fine. But it's when it gets over saturated with whatever you consume, then that's when they're like, okay, your cholesterol's high, this is high. But we need cholesterol in our bodies because cholesterol protects our brains.
That's right.
Now let me tell you.
That's right.
The cholesterol medication is causing dementia.
That's right.
Because it's killing. See, you can't tell the cholesterol medicine, just go right here and get this cholesterol. That medicine gonna go everywhere that cholesterol is.
Yeah, I don't take medication. Like anybody who knows me knows, like medication is my absolute last resort. I do not take medication.
And that's a good thing.
At all.
But let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all the end of the story. Mom, a month ago, there's a recall on cholesterol medicine. And I was like, oh my God, which one is it? And I read it, and I checked my mom's first. Wasn't hers. I checked my aunt's. It wasn't hers. Guess who medication it was? It was mine. I said, oh, they was trying to take me out. A recall. It causes cancer. I saw they trying to kill me. It causes cancer. And they said, but guess what the article said? And the news said, but don't stop taking it. Talk to your doctor first. And I said, word up, seriously, I said, middle fingers up. Y'all not going to take me out. Not like that.
What medicine you got?
I don't know the name. I didn't see the name of it when I read it. I don't even know because I don't take it. I had it since last year. I'm not taking it.
I don't even go get it. They send me a prescription.
I told one, and that's my blood pressure medicine, and then they reduced that. I said, you're not pumping me with medication. But ever since I started doing different herbal teas, things have totally changed. And I went to my doctor, same doctor, and I said, you know, I'm feeling better. She says, good, you taking meds? I said, She said, so good, so proud of you. No, because sometimes you just got to prove them wrong for yourself. Because you can't let them know, and you can't let the right know what the left is doing all the time. Because those doctors, they are paid to kill us. COVID is #1 progenitor of that. They put that stuff here, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is metformin.
Okay.
It creates anxieties for diabetes.
Yes. Number one drug.
#1 drug, but they're making money off of it, so they're going to keep prescribing it.
Of course.
But it causes anxiety, mood swings. You see all those advertisements, oh, if you take this, it'll help this. But you got all these 10 different side effects.
And then it's real small right now at the bottom.
May cause depression, thoughts, and all that.
The balance for me and what I find for a lot of my people is, for instance, my brother was just in the hospital. He was really sick. And they were giving him medicine to keep him alive. And at that time, I agreed with it because he was alive and he was doing well. So it's finding that balance. And sometimes he was one not to find herbal, but I ain't taking the medicine, but I ain't finding the herbal. So it's like, how do you train that balance? Because if you don't take the medicine and you're not trying to find the herbal, you're going to go on. So I get it with the medicine. It's just knowing that it's something else out there and knowing that, all right, they did find something. I'm not just going to ignore it. Because a lot of times I see people who have breast cancer, oh, I'm not going to take anything. But then 2 years later, they did. So I know the medicine's not all good. But for me, it's just like, I
think for that is personal choice. And I also think you have to meet that illness where you at. You know, I would never tell somebody who has, you know, stage 3 cancer, they saying they can get chemo might help them. I've seen people who got chemotherapy and lived in another 40 years, 30 years. So I mean, it depends. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do at that moment to live. You know what I mean? You know, you might have to cut your arm off because you trapped on a goddamn rock to live. You're gonna say, because I'm gonna die, I'm gonna starve. No. You know what I mean? So the fight, the will to live changes, you know, based on how do you choose to address that. You know, my willpower is strong to live, and I know I say, I'm not doing, I won't do that, but guarantee if I'm looking at my child, my wife in my eyes, I'm gonna say, chemo might help me. Right. I'm gonna take that. Me personally, I'm gonna take that chance. I'm gonna take that chance because I feel like I've been doing my body a good service of eating healthy so long. So I feel that it may repay me when I get ready to poison it with this damn chemo.
That's right. And rebound.
That's right. You know and movement is important too.
So
yes, please. As a person who was a vegan in the 90s when all the food tastes like styrofoam. Right. I mean, the food was atrocious. And so we had to come up what's now popularized as vegan soul food. And we created that as a part of community in the 90s, right? In the late 80s, early 90s. Fast forwarding to today and all of these years of health coaching and helping people through whatever healing process, the wisdom has taught me that healthy living is a lifestyle. Herbs and natural medicinals work best at the beginning and as a preventative, as opposed to when you are in an acute state. If you got white folks illness, you need sometimes white folks medicine. Come on. And if you have, and you heal your body, let your body go through that whatever. Because people who survive cancer, I worked on the oncology unit at Princeton Hospital, for 8 years, and the doctors would come in and say the cure is worse than the disease. But people who survive the treatments, what happens is your body has to now rebuild its immune system. Right. And that's what you're surviving. So when people come to me for consultation, for healing, for wellness, I have to make them understand or, flow with them in understanding that it's a lifestyle. Right. I can't just give you a bush and then all was going on. It's not magic like that. Magic is the lifestyle. Are you buying food from your local farm or co-op? How's your stress level? Do you have people in your life who are eating and sucking and vampiring to your energy? Do you have experiences of joy and well-being? Right. Are you in loving, caring relationships? All of this makes all of that work much better.
Right.
So
It really
people,
does.
if you gotta take high blood pressure medicine, take it. But find out then adjust your lifestyle so that you don't have to, because pharmaceuticals are truly evil. They are gonna destabilize, but if you need to take it, you have to do what you need to do.
That's right.
And that's how I share health and wellness and healthy living with people.
Thank you for that. Some other good ways to use garlic. You know, you can take anywhere between 5 to 10 cloves, put it in the blender with anywhere between 8 to 16 ounces of oil, and make you some garlic oil, garlic paste. Put that in the fridge anytime you make your rice or you marinate your chicken or your fish. Throw 2-3 scoops in there. You know what I mean? You know, if you want to use the powder, you know, but you want to have that raw garlic, you could use that for that. You could also take 1 clove of garlic with anywhere between 2 to 4 ounces of olive oil. If you know, my hair ain't coming back, so no matter how much garlic I eat, it ain't coming back. But if you want healthy hair, garlic is also good, you know, for healthy hair. You know, this is truly genetics. My father was bald, I'm gonna be bald.
Ain't coming back.
Ain't coming back. Ain't coming back. But those are some other ways that you could use garlic. Like I said, making the syrup. The garlic syrup is extremely good. Eating it every day is good, as long as you don't have, you know, and take any blood thinners and things like that. You're good. But you can also make garlic water by boiling the water, cutting the garlic, turning the water off, and then letting the garlic steep. And that's good for your nails. That's good for your face. You know, extremely good. I know people say, "Oh, it smells," but I'd rather smell like garlic than smell like cigarettes or anything else.
Is the minced garlic just as good?
Yeah, I mean, not if you buy minced garlic, they put those preserves in there.
Right.
You know, so I buy all my garlic fresh, and then I'll blend it to how I like it. So you can blend it. You can add it with water. Get an ice tray, cube it. So that way when you need it, you throw it into your rice. There's a ton of ways. We gotta just stop being lazy and wanting shit fast, man. You know, be into yourself. There's nothing wrong with being into yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nothing wrong with taking the time out, put some good damn music on, throw some Isley on, get yourself a glass of wine, make yourself a goddamn delicious meal.
Right.
You know, give me some Chick-fil-A, let me go get this. Anything I want, I make at home. I want a burrito, I want a burger, I want this. I make it at home. Make it at home. That way, I know what went into it. I know nobody ain't mad and like. Now guess what? I'm getting that same energy in the food. Wonder why I'm mad and my stomach hurt. I just ate some damn food. Somebody was all mad. That shit. You know what I mean? So you on echinacea. Yeah. Echinacea is a beautiful cornflower. It's another flower we grow out here. I remember learning about echinacea when I was around 18. When I really started this journey on herbalism. You know, which most of you don't know, I ended up getting food poisoning from McDonald's. You know, when I was 18, and yeah, that messed me up. But here's how I said this is why I call it the ancestral herb. You know, don't ask me how, but something kept telling me when I was sick, you better go in that kitchen, chop you some garlic, and eat some goddamn garlic. I don't know who it was telling me, but someone maybe going that little metal rep mother had that, you know, that be having all the different onions and shit on there. I went in there, grabbed that garlic, chopped it up, put some honey over there with some orange juice. I went back down there and laid in there, and you know, the rest happened. And I was back. And it was garlic. I contribute that to garlic. Garlic is the truth, man. It is the truth. It is the truth. Echinacea is a good herb I learned about when you know, this brother who I used to go see in Harlem. And I was trying to help my mother and my older brother who had asthma. I wanted to learn about different herbs that actually address the respiratory system. So echinacea is one of the herbs that he told me that's good for people who are dealing with asthma, trying to get people off of the asthma pump and things like that. Echinacea is definitely good for that. You know, it's good if you're trying to wean off smoking. You know, for those who smoke, it's a good herb for that, but it's definitely a good herb for your respiratory system. You know, so if you're looking for something to address your respiratory system during these winter times of people coughing, you know, in supermarkets, and you walking behind them, this is the herb you want to make sure that you keep it inside your body. Echinacea, one of the herbs you keep inside your body while you're out here shopping and dealing with all this, you know, long COVID and, you know, long flu season we having. Any questions on echinacea?
I have a question.
Shoot.
So what if you're growing cornflower in your garden? How would you actually preserve it? Can you preserve it?
The flower?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would dry out these leaves here. These leaves here are good, but where the ultimate potent comes at from the root. You pull that plant out and you pull that. That's why most of my herbs I always buy the root. I buy dandelion root, echinacea root, because that's the root always has the most potency of the herb. It's the roots. You know what I mean? Oh, we can't be talking about that.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
I'm joking. But the root, that's just what matters. You want to make sure you're getting the roots of most of the herbs. There's nothing wrong with having the leaves, but if you want that real potency, the roots have. That's why I buy dandelion root, burdock root. You know, they do sell peppermint root. Those roots they're much stronger than the actual leaf. And you can either sun dry it out if you have a balcony or you're in the backyard. You can put it on the table, sun dry it out, let it dry out naturally. You can put it in the oven if your oven, most ovens drop at 170, so you can put it in the oven at 170 and crack the oven door, and that's a makeshift dehydration machine. You know, so if you want to save your money, you don't want to have that, you can just crack it and leave that, let that air out like that for a good 2-3 hours, and that'll dry it out for you as well.
Oh, wow.
Dandelion. Yep. No, it was into that. Dandelion. Y'all see this? This is. I would say this is like the Harriet Tubman of herbs, because they literally have made this herb the public enemy #1 in landscaping and garden. You know, you go to Home Depot and Lowe's or Ace, they got this on the cover, like, you want your dandelion dead? Get this. It's like they out there get dandelion. You know what I mean?
Dandelion is public enemy
#1, but
because it heals.
Yeah, but this herb here is one of the most powerful herbs for your kidney, for your liver. You know, if you're looking to detox your body, you know, those are two of the organs you have to concentrate on to detox. And dandelion is that herb. Now, I wouldn't recommend going out here and picking it out from here. Don't do that. Don't say, Brother Oda, I took dandelion out here, dried it out, and I got a bunch of bumps on my lips. I'm gonna tell you, ain't got nothing to do with me, man. That's where you got it from. You know, so make sure where you getting it from.
So don't get the one that...
Nah, don't do that. Don't get that. Nah, ain't no sidewalk.
Come to my house, I got a whole...
Yeah, get it fresh. If you go in your backyard and your soil's good, you're good. But this stuff out here, no.
I know people that do that. That actually is mostly the Italians, because that's what the old school Italians. I'm not talking about these new folks. I don't mean to cut you.
No, that's all good.
But the older Italians from Chambersburg and all that, I just had some community with some of them, and they would be on the side of the road snatching up the dandelions and making dandelion salad.
Yeah. So the leaves on the side that pull out, you can pull that. That's good. Those greens are good in iron, good. Like I said, all those herbs are definitely good to clean out what you want to clean out your liver and your kidney. And if you clean out that's cleaning out your blood. You know, making your skin look healthy. It's making your eyes look brighter and shinier and things like that. So don't let anybody tell you it's a weed. You know, you see it on site, pull out. It's been misinformed. So definitely, this is a herb you definitely want to have in your arsenal. Like I said, get it in the root form, because in the root form it is much stronger. I normally let my dandelion steep, you know, because when I let it steep, it gets stronger. It gets a little bitter, but the beauty about it when it gets bitter is that bitter actually cleans you out even more.
That's right, baby.
Cleans you out even more. You know. So people are like, that bitter, those bitters are what really clean you out. So if you can get those bitters, like this used to be this what was this thing? I used to buy this in the Jamaican store. I know you probably heard of it. Woodroot tonic, which was like, woo. You thought drinking liquor put hair in your chest. That stuff, damn boy. Remember the first time I drank that, I was like, huh?
That's not strong back.
Woo! No, that was like, I was like, wow. Wow. That is like, if you really want to like, clean this out.
Like Drano.
Yo, get some Herbal tonic, man. That stuff cleans you out, but don't go outside. Don't go outside. Yeah, make sure you in the house. Huh? It's Herbal tonic. It's just a bunch of bitters. Now, women have to be careful with bitters. Women can't. They have to be mindful because sometimes women take too many bitters. It'll cause her cycle to come down early, and it'll cause her cycle to last extremely longer. So definitely be careful with those bitters.
What if you menopausal and you don't have a cycle? It might bring it.
No. That I can't speak on. That I can't speak on. I can't speak on that. Any questions on Daddy life?
No. Just give me some Daddy. Miss me on that.
You got to clear the room for
Miss me on that one.
It'll bring it back.
I know my limitations.
I'm in menopause. I'm not. Nah. I've been going for quite some time. Nah.
Anybody needs a bathroom break? Anything?
Yeah, it's locked.
It's
I
locked?
got both of them.
Oh, let me open it up for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The bathroom key should be on the
It's one on the desk, but I got 2 seconds.
No, it's big. It's big.
Big.
You said big?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, it's small. It's light. Yeah, it's light. It's light. Yeah. Is everybody good? Are y'all all right? Everybody's all right?
No, she can't have the name. She had the yeah. I had it. No, you didn't. It's okay. When you got the mango one, I got the red one. I did it, but I just can't do it. I thought you told Brother Phil you couldn't. Yeah, I can't. But I did buy it. Tired of him saying I really shouldn't have
It's a cool thing.
Everybody enjoyed the food? You're good?
Yes.
It was good.
Delicious.
Well, maybe when you're rich, you take a picture with
Yeah.
That, yeah.
I don't know if she said
I don't know. I want to be in my bed in my pajamas.
She do have to yank her
I
out.
want to be in bed in my pajamas. I'll be having to do a press.
Kids get on my nerves and I ain't even there.
Hey, oh,
Yo.
can you just maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, just go over the ingredients and both, like this, looks like cinnamon and what else is in it?
that one like the hot chocolate. Yeah, that was good.
Send me that picture when you done. Whenever you get a chance.
That's so good.
Make your own because you have the ninja boy. You find that so good. No, you think you the ninja. That's the ninja.
Oh, I did you. You like this one.
Thank you.
Just right quick.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you something in a minute.
With some almonds and water.
Only because she asked the question.
Which one? Which one you want? So this what I call my ginger milk. I use Poland spring water. I bring it to a boil. I use about you know how ginger comes. So I'll probably take off 2 rhizomes of the ginger, peel it, and then I'll slice it like strings. And then once the water starts boiling, I'll turn the water down on low, so that way I don't kill the nutrients in the ginger. And then I'll let that ginger steep on a low fire, low flame, for about a good 45 minutes to an hour. Once you start to see it turn brown, I mean, the browner you get it, the stronger the ginger is. You know, if I have more time, I let it steep longer, so I have more of a ginger taste. The longer you let it steep, the browner it gets. Then you can either make your almond milk by blending up raw almonds with spring water, and then using the cheesecloth to strain it. That's your almond milk. Or you could buy a brand I use called Mola, Moola, has a little pan on it, and they make natural milk. It just has 1 or 2 ingredients in it. It's not all these different tons of ingredients in it. Yeah, make a banana milk. You know, the banana milk is really, really good. So once you have that, you can add that to there, you know, to your liking, and then you put it in the fridge. You can have it in the morning, heat it up. You can add your cinnamon to it if you want to. Add cinnamon. I added vanilla if you wanted. If you know you got a little Latino in you, got a little star anise. You know.
Yes, sir.
You know, which is good too, to deal with bacteria and parasites and things like that. This one right here is the same thing. All I did was just added the cocoa nuggets inside of here.
The cocoa
Yep.
nuggets. Okay.
Add them inside here, let them just sit. You know, I think Reg has it up here. He has the powder though. You know.
So you mean to tell me the first one without the cocoa nuggets is only 3 items?
Yeah.
I got a lot of items. Spring water, ginger, vegan sugar.
Yeah, make organic cane sugar.
Okay, almond milk.
Yeah, almond milk and organic cane sugar.
So you make your own almond milk?
No, I use Mola.
Mola?
Yeah,
Oh,
Mola.
okay.
Here's the
Yeah.
cane sugar right here.
And this is the brand of cacao I use right here. I use the nuggets.
Oh, okay.
So that way, you know, you can chew on them, you can swallow them. They don't have to stay in the jar. You can pour it out. You know, it's good, and that's good that's antioxidants, because dark chocolate is good, you know, for the blood as well.
And what did you say?
Most women who go through menopause, dark chocolate is good for menopause.
What did you say you call that?
Ginger milk.
Ginger milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can call this, you know, ginger cocoa. You know, I don't be sitting thinking no names. I just sit there without one alternative. You know, I just say, okay, what I got in the house, I can make alternative.
And you skin the ginger?
Yeah, skin it. Yep, skin it, and then that's it. This here right here is limited edition Fruit Lady Berry Blast Herbal Tea. This is a bunch of different herbs. So this is juniper berry, hawthorn berry, elderberry, elderflower, orange peel, lemon peel, and then this the new berry that I just I ain't gonna say discovered. I was in Columbus that I came upon called the sea buckthorn, and that one is good.
It is real good, like in the inside.
There's a brother in Columbus, Bayou Herbs, that sells different herbs. He has a plethora of
everything.
herbs. You know, but this little berry here is extremely healthy, high in vitamin C. So you can pass it around. Tastes like earth.
Hey, real quick
Like
question.
dirt.
I just want to say something. Ask a quick question. The elderberry, I have never used the elderberry where my nose wasn't running the next day. Whenever, and usually I just drink it ahead of time, but whenever I had elderberry, if it was a bad nose run or something like that, it was gone by the next day. I wanted to ask if you got something with cinnamon in it.
I got cinnamon in it?
Yeah, tea with cinnamon.
These 2 things got cinnamon in it?
The ginger milk.
Yeah,
Cinnamon sticks, right?
Yeah. And the cinnamon sticks I use Ceylon cinnamon. That's the cinnamon you should be using.
That's it right there.
Yeah,
In front.
the Ceylon cinnamon is smaller, it's much more brittle. That's cinnamon you can drink every single day. The one they sell us commercially is actually not good for you. You shouldn't drink that on a regular basis. It actually causes kidney damage. So you know, if you want to use ginger, make sure you're using Ceylon ginger. It comes from India. And this is the ginger this is cinnamon you should be using on a daily basis. The other one is a wider, longer branch. That's a North American brand. That one over a period of time can become toxic to your kidney.
And just FYI, if you use the Ceylon cinnamon sticks, you could reuse those because they're very strong. Because I rinse mine off and I use them like 6 to 8 times before they use
them like crazy.
Before they lose
say that.
flavor.
Yeah.
I just rinse it off under cool water and then I just dry it on a paper towel. And then the next day I throw it back in the pot with whatever I'm making, tea or whatever. And I just keep reusing it up to 8 times.
And it does lower your blood pressure.
Yes, it does. And blood
So I
sugar.
used it.
And it's also good. It's good for your breath. And if you're looking to make a natural Listerine, cinnamon, star anise, clove, you make that. Let that sit in the water, and you put that in the fridge. Before you get up in the morning, don't rinse your mouth cold, but let it be room temperature, and you can rinse your mouth with that. That fights gingivitis, that fights bad breath, and it's just overall a good drink. You have to even spit it out. You can swallow. You can swallow it. It's extremely good for you. It's not gonna kill anything else. It's all good and healthy for your gut. Clove, ginger, and cinnamon. Those 3 combined are really just overall. You're dealing with bacteria and parasites. That's going to help remove that stuff over a period of time. Even if you season your meat or your fishes and things like that, that's extremely good to help. That's why it's important to add these things to your food on a daily basis, on a regular basis. It shouldn't just be when you're sick. You should be incorporating these things into your food, into your soups, into your hearty meals as much as often.
Mr. O, what is this for?
What, these right here? This is vitamin C. So if you don't want to take actual vitamin C pills, the C buckthorn is high, super high in vitamin C. Higher than kiwi. So it's extremely good. It's a dry berry. I tried making tea out of it. The tea is real faint, but I'm gonna play around with it some more and make some wine.
Yeah, and get you in the back.
The next one, I know everybody had this plant in their house, aloe.
Yeah.
Right? So aloe, that's like the first aid kit in the house. It's the Band-Aid. It's good for your hair. It's good for your skin. I cannot say and think of one thing that aloe vera ain't good for. It's good if you eat the gel. It's good for your intestines. It's good for your colon. It's overall good extremely herb. You're dealing with acne. Acts as a good face mask as well. I noticed when you put aloe, how it tightens up your skin to make you look all shiny and all new for about 5 minutes. About 5 minutes, and that's it. I recommend if you don't have aloe, please make sure aloe is something you should keep in your house at all times. You know what I mean? Like this, just like I said, keep in your house for burns, cuts, your hair, your face. You want to do a quick facial. This is the herb you should definitely have in your house. And it also helps cleanse the air of pollutants as well. So recommend having aloe in the house.
Which one you want now?
Ginger.
Ginger, everybody.
Ginger's my best friend.
One more left.
Now ginger, oh man, I can't talk enough about ginger. I love ginger, man. I love this root, this rhyme zone so much. It tastes so good. It goes well with everything. I done mix ginger with blueberry, cranberry, grape. It just blends so well together with everything. And when you drink it, you get that little tingy feeling in your body that knows like whatever's in your throat, you feel like you sick is dying today in your stomach. The ginger's taking it down there. You know what I mean? It's dying today. It's gonna kill it all. It's gonna kill it all. The way I make my ginger at home, I know some people like to juice it, but I normally take my ginger, I'll peel it, wash it, and then I'll put it inside my NutriBullet and I'll blend it with spring water. After I blend it with spring water, then I'll go and I'll strain all of my ginger through a strainer in the cheesecloth and put it inside of a jar. Now I'll either use that jar as a concentrate to make other stuff, or I'll just use that same water, add some organic cane sugar, some pineapple, and make a ginger juice. But when I use it as a concentrate, I use that ginger concentrate to make my veggie broth. I use that to tenderize chicken. I use it to make tea. I use it to rinse out my mouth. I use it to also clean my face. I have a very, very sensitive face. So sometimes if I'm in the basement down here, touching stuff, dust and all that stuff, my face will break out. So I'll use that as a natural cleaner when I get home to clean my face. So it is extremely, extremely good. And the thing that people don't realize when you look at it, you know, any ginger, it looks like the colon, like this. So that's why you know it was designed, you know, to address any illness, you know, that's going on with the colon. You know, it is extremely good, you know, to drink ginger, not ginger ale, not when you're getting sick, go get a ginger ale. Ginger beer, ginger juice. That's what you should be drinking, you know. You can find it at the organic farmers market. It's also a good combination with turmeric. It's in the family of turmeric as well. When you are using these two together, you definitely want to add some black pepper to it, so that way you can have proper absorption, because you can't absorb turmeric without black pepper. And truth be told, black pepper helps us absorb a lot of stuff besides just turmeric. It's very, very, very key, you know, to our diet. Super key to our diet. And then the last one is chamomile. Chamomile is just like this very soothing, relaxing tea. You know, you want to put the kids to sleep. You know, you start giving them chamomile at 5 o'clock. Start dosing them early. You gotta give them NyQuil. Give them chamomile. Let it concentrate. Let it sit. Throw a little grape juice in there, so you think it's annihilating or something.
It also heals pink eye. I had pink eye. I had the flu maybe last year, the end of 2025. I had the flu. I caught pink eye. So I made a really strong pot of chamomile tea, not a lot. I let it sit for like 3 hours. I strained it. I put it on the cotton pad, put it on my eye, and 2 days later my pink eye was gone. And my eye was bloodshot red with a lot of mucus.
Yeah, eye bright is good for that too. But I didn't know about chamomile. That's good. Thanks for sharing that.
Because I have a book of like herbal remedies, and so I went in that book and I was like, I need something for pink eye, and I found it, and it said chamomile.
That's what's up.
Yep.
So chamomile is another relaxing, you know, sedative herb that was used during Harriet Tubman time. It's a real mellow, relaxing herb. You can also use these flowers as well. These flowers are edible. These fruit flowers are edible. You can put them inside of your salad. But like I said, once again, the roots of the chamomile is where you're gonna find the most potent benefits inside of it. So if you're looking for potency, if you got kids, you need to calm down, you know, chamomile is what you want to give your kid who you feel may have a lot of energy or hypertension. You know, as parents, as educators, as a community, you know, we have to be able to diagnose and heal ourselves. So we have to come up with some of these remedies. If you know if our child has too much energy, then we gotta go get the book, open the book, do some research, talk to our fellow herbalists, and come up with healthy alternatives, healthy candies. You know, kids like candies, healthy treats that our kids can eat. So that way, you know, we addressing, you know, the illness going on in our community. But we can't sit here and talk about what's going on in our community and we not addressing it, you know, within the community. You know, you can't sit here and go to the doctor who's poisonous and think he's going to heal you. This is our oppressor. You know, at the end of the day, it's our oppressor. So why I want to see you be healthy and stronger than me? You know, so this has to come from us. We are in different times. We have access to it. We have means and monies. In the same way we could get jiggy and get fly and get dressed, we can definitely get jiggy with our organs and make sure our organs are intact and function, our blood is clean and things like that. You know, to the sister said, you know, being mindful of the energy that we keep around. My late brother Spody used to always say, you know, be mindful of flow stealers. You know, people who steal your, who steal your flow. Not the way you operate your energy. You know, people are drainers. People drain you. You know, in work environments, in personal environments, in stores and things like that. When you're out in society, you know, you want to be mindful of these flow stealers. Some of these flow stealers, as they say in the old song, you know, they smile in your face. Right. Yes. You know, hey, how you doing? They'll be right up.
They don't backstab you no more. They stab you right in the chest.
Yes, they do. In the front.
So definitely be mindful. I'm gonna jump into a little break, and then I want to show y'all something on Harriet Tubman that I made. And then we're gonna go upstairs and have a little small display upstairs. I have some of the books that I keep as a reference because learning is ongoing. You know, I sit up at night My wife look at me like I'm crazy, like, oh, I'm like, listen, I'm trying to cure the community, man. I'm trying to, hopefully, I can say trying, looking for a cure, you know, for us that'll keep us healthy, you know what I mean? So sometimes that requires, you know, a lot of due diligence, a lot of reading, you know what I mean? And, you know, I want to see our people healthy. That's why I'm not charging $68 for a workshop, charging $15. I know y'all got the money though, but you know, I'm not gonna do that. I want to spread the word. I want to spread the health, the knowledge. I want us to come together in bigger forums like this and feel comfortable to talk. You know, I don't know everything. I'm not gonna say anything like I know everything, but what I do know is to pull people together with Brother Reg, who's definitely sponsored this event. So I want to give big ups to him for that. Definitely just pulling these type of events together to where we're learning from each other. You know, this is entertainment for us. You know, we learn, we laugh, we eat. You know, this is therapeutic. We don't always need to go and sit in front of Dr. Eli and tell Dr. Eli what our problem was. We can sit amongst each other and talk to each other and heal each other and keep our issues within our own nucleus so they don't get out here and be used and manipulated for things that put us down and stop us from being spiritual warriors that we need to be out here in this world. Because this world it's a spiritual war we fighting right now. A lot of us don't see it. And they're killing us with the foods, you know, the music, you know, the diseases, you know, the entertainment and things like that. So you have to monitor how you receiving this information, receiving these energies every day. Sometimes you have to shut the TV off. You have to sometimes put your phone on, open up a book, listen to some jazz, play some jazz, go for a long walk, like Jill Scott said. Go sit in the park. Everything can't be entertainment all day, every day. It has to be self-reflection. It has to be, let me think sometimes, let me take a deep breath, let me calm my mind, let me make a glass of tea and sit here and listen to India Ari, My Beautiful Skin. You know, these are things that we have to do for ourselves. Therapy don't always require going to see somebody that has a goddamn so-called life. Therapy sometimes it means sit your goddamn black ass down and be easy. Right. You know, sit down because they still have us in our mind that we have to run. We don't have to run no more. We can walk. We can jog. We can sit. We can sit. Just running, we still in running mode. What's happening? Brother died at 42. Walking to work, he just passed that because you don't know how to sit. Sit your behind down. Sit down. Reflect. Be thankful. When you get up in the morning, don't pop up out of the bed. Lay in the bed sometimes and stare at the goddamn ceiling. Sometimes chill, real talk, chill, relax. Oh man, hey. For what? For what? Sweating, you get here for what? For what? Take your time. It's not just about the cheese that we eating, but it's also how we moving. How are we addressing everyday challenges? We can't control everything every single day. So you can't be mad at of how things. I was telling brother Jeff the other day, lost my phone sitting here sweating like, God damn, bro, just like, bro, calm down. It might be back in the same spot. Like, things like, bro, just go check. One back phone still sitting right there in the same spot on the goddamn racks. You know what I mean? So you have to, I say that to say, it's like, you need people when sometimes you get out of line to say, brother, calm down, man. You know, came around somebody, yeah, man, it's probably gone. If he was like, yeah, man, F that phone, man, who cares, man? You work. It could easily been that vibe. Yeah, I didn't want to hear that shit. What I wanted to hear was, brother, it still might be there. Go check.
Yeah, that's right.
And guess what? It was there. Got on my bike, roll real quick, phone sitting right there. Me and my wife. Right. on the phone screen. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn. You know what I mean? So I said to say, be mindful of your nucleus. Who's around you. I'm very, very mindful of that. I don't, you know, it's not that, you know, I want to share, but people are draining. Some people are take and won't reciprocate. You know, it's you know, it spins. It's just a cycle to it. You know what I mean? We all want to use each other. You know, we all want it's hands down. But how we use each other is key. How we use each other is key. You know what I mean? You know, we got to use each other in a good, benefit way where we can benefit from each other. I can learn something from you, can learn something from me. You know what I mean? Not just take, drain, pull. That's why we at where we at right now. Competing with each other, fighting with each other. This information here, I wanna impart this. I was up early, 4 o'clock, pulling books off my shelf. What should I share with them? Like, I want to share this, If it was up to me, I said, everybody come in the house. I was like, no. That shit.
You gotta have that. I'm with
That shit right now.
You want to show the video?
She said, I'm about to watch Blue Blood. I'm on season 7. No. So I'm gonna set up real quick. We'll give you a little bathroom break. I got a little 7-minute Harriet Tubman slide I want to show you guys. And we can go upstairs. Elevators available for people who may have handicaps. So then we can.
Who might just want to ride the elevator?
Oh, I want to ride the elevator. Yes.
So I want to say this before we break. First of all, this is amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very good. And it may not be popular, but I'm gonna say it anyway because that's my flow. The meal and the beverages alone was worth $15.
Yes.
More.
Yes.
More than. So we have to teach people how to love us and train us.
Yes.
Put a 10 on it, man. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. I've been doing this work a long time, and we have to teach people how to love us. Our community has it.
Yeah.
You know, $15. What a beautiful, heartfelt offering. It's lovely.
I'm
encouraging you and anyone else in here to have a service. Put a little bump on it. You fed us. Beautiful, wholesome, wonderful, beautiful. That's just, you know. And if we go to somewhere else, this workshop would have been at least $500.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about.
No, you're right.
Full.
Yeah.
Full.
It would have been like $500.
The energy.
To like $200.
Probably just some crackers.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Not giving you half the information.
Ain't giving you no food. You gotta buy the food. You would have been hungry. You'd have been hungry.
I just want to add, Brother Otha, you are just such a plethora of knowledge. You really are. You have so many gifts and talents. But I want to ask you, please. I know this is our tea workshop. But can you do a survival workshop too?
Oh, yeah, that's coming. That's coming.
Please.
That's coming.
Yes.
Because, you know, I know that everyone heard about it, this situation with Verizon. That's just one situation.
Oh, right.
That was something really, really major. And I was trying to call my cousin. And I'm like, why can't I use my phone? What the heck is going on with my phone? And I couldn't get her. I'm a Verizon user. She's AT&T. So I have another phone, because I have 2. But that phone is an older Apple model. It's a 10. But it's not under 5G. It was under LTE. But I was able to use it all day as a Verizon customer.
Oh, wow.
So, and I had to share, and I said, I'm sharing this with everybody. The 5G was down.
Yeah. Tower. Yeah.
That's what was down.
Yeah.
And so when I went in and I got my new iPhone right before the holiday time, I said to the guy, I said, well, I got an older iPhone for my other line. And he said, which one is? I said, I have the iPhone XS Max or whatever it is, the Pro Max. So he said, oh, you want to trade that one in too? I said, yeah, I guess I could. I said, what kind of deal are you giving me? And I know it was nobody but God. And he said, no, you got to pay for that other iPhone. I said, oh, I'm not paying for nothing. I said, this iPhone is paid for, and then this one is such a great deal. But the LTE iPhone was working, y'all. The older model was working. You know how we'll get the latest model, the new model, and we throw away the old phones or give away or trade in the old phones? My daughter is real big on, they can't have my phone, I got too much stuff on my phone. I said, you can put it on a new phone. She's real big on that. But those are the phones that are gonna work. The regular home phone, landline, touch dial, or rotary is what's going to work in the case of an emergency, because those connections are different than the new internet and Wi-Fi connections.
Yeah, well, I mean, I always
They're more analog. That's what it is.
From a
Maybe
survival.
we can work on the survival thing.
Yes, please.
I got that right now. It's to the kids.
And I want to piggyback off of the sister. Take that price up.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, okay. Because that's going to teach us, because I remember what you did when we did I still have my bracelet. I have all my survival stuff together. He gave us the free little headlight. You put it on your head in case it's black and no electricity. Because let me tell you something. That button that they're going to push, or that grid that they're going to destroy, is connected to everything, y'all.
It's connected
but
to
it's not. It's the trick is it's not going to be them that's going to push it. It's
right.
Gonna, it's either going to be it's going to be either Russia.
Right.
China's going to push
correct.
That.
But the one that's
when
it's going to happen,
yeah,
that means no water. Because
yeah.
water systems, everything is Wi-Fi. No gas. Because it was like they pump the gas. That's all computerized. No cash register going to open. No ATMs. No banks. No nothing. And what I read was that and I'm telling y'all, and I know it's true. Every grocery store that we are around, Aldi, ShopRite, Whole Foods, Wegmans, whatever, they only have 3 days supply of food for the people in the circumference of the area. That's it. It's just that they get deliveries every 3 days, every 4 days. That's why it always seems like it's so much. But in a straight panic, everything will fly off the shelves very, 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 very quickly. So please give us a supply.
I got that.
Because that water thing is big. Because we can live without a lot of stuff, but that water,
you need water.
we got to use the bathroom with it. We got to bathe with it. So could you imagine the amount of water that we're going to need, and not bottles, the cases or the 5 gallons?
And I'm not going to go on a tangent, but I'll definitely put this together. But when you storing water, you're more so storing water for intake purposes and not for storing purposes. Right. It's easy to do bird baths and things like that. You know, you're not supposed to be. I didn't take a shower because I'm. No.
We can get one once a week, right?
I mean, you can measure. I mean, it also, like I said, it depends on. When you teaching a Bible class, it really depends on what space you have. You know, what type of space you have to store stuff. Right. And then you have to also think from one of the, you know, it's not to go off track. One of my favorite insects is the ant. And the way the ant works is the ant will give up his life to make sure that the entire nation survives. Right. It's not worrying about, it doesn't have an individual mindset. Right. An ant has 2 stomachs. It has a public stomach and a private stomach. And its public stomach is bigger than its private stomach. So that's how it works. It's more so about the community. So the point I'm making is like, if you know a family member who has that house, you and a family member have to come up with a contingency plan to say that, hey, if something happens, you know, we have this water stored here. You the person for this. We don't plan like that. Everybody something happens, it's panic time. It's panic time. You're paying $1,000 for goddamn cellular phones, and you can go right on Amazon and buy top of the line walkie-talkies that can talk for up to 50 to 75 miles, and you share that in your house. In case you gotta reach out to your sister, your mom's, everything is all right. You know, they're like, well, how am I gonna reach my sister? Don't start that, oh, how I'm gonna reach my sister. Don't start that talk.
So we need that.
So, you know, there's certain things, there's a to-go bag, because you gotta pick up and go, and there's certain things that you should have, you know, that you should have inside your house. You know, Harriet Tubman is the originator of the to-go bag. Yeah. You know, a lot of people think about that. She's originated the go bag. You know what I mean? So, you know, that leave no trace behind they teach you about when you go hiking and camping, that was Harriet Tubman. She couldn't fucking leave no trace behind because she didn't want to get caught. So she had to bury her trash. He said, oh, leave things where they found and, you know, messing up nature. She had to leave things away. Any fire she made, any path she made, she had to cover that. She had to leave no trace. No trace. That's why she's such a goddess that she is. You know what I mean? Wow. Take your break. Let me set this up real quick. We're going to wash it and go upstairs. All right.